Japan has the second largest F-35 fleet in the world, second only to the manufacturing United States. It would appear Japan is preparing for war, and understandably so. Bordered by China that threatens with nuclear weapons, North Korea that has made a hobby of testing intercontinental ballistic missiles Japan's way, and Russia that has simply made the world wary of it, Japan is surrounded by its most powerful, most consequential enemies. So, like virtually every developed nation in need of fortifying its military, Japan has invested heavily in the F-35, resulting in some super F-35 numbers. In total, the global F-35 program has been projected to reach $412 billion, with around 3,000 aircraft in sales worldwide, including those that operate in the U.S. Air Force. To date, Lockheed Martin, the largest defense company in the world and the F-35 manufacturing contractor, has sold over 900 F-35s to 9 countries. These aircraft have flown a combined 651,000-plus flight hours across over 386,000 sorties. Only a few weeks ago, Lockheed Martin received $7.8 billion to produce an additional 126 F-35s, the concluding installment of a larger $30 billion contract to deliver 398 F-35s. Of the new 126 to be built, the UK, Poland, Belgium, Denmark, and Japan would have their respective export pieces of the pie. And at the end of the total planned F-35 deliveries, Japan would have the most of all these nations, with a total F-35 count of 147 fighters. 105 of these would be the F-35A models built for the Air Force, and 42 would be the short takeoff and vertical landing F-35B models built for the Marines. The $23 billion deal for 105 fighters and some add-ons has already been signed. The F-35A would replace around half of Japan's aging 40-year-old F-15 fleet. As with the F-35, Japan is also the largest customer of the F-15 Eagle outside the U.S. It's become a tradition at this point. The purchased F-35Bs would be assigned to Japan's JS Izumo and JS Kaga, which are two 27,000-ton helicopter destroyers being upgraded into aircraft carriers. Japan's first fixed-wing carriers in over 7 decades. Despite the upgrades, they would still lack takeoff ramps, launch catapults, and arresting gears, so they're limited to only hosting short takeoff and vertical landing aircraft such as the F-35B. Taking off from de facto aircraft carriers or actual runway strips, Japan's F-35 fighters are expected to be critical responses to Japan's very wide array of threats, thanks to wielding a very wide array of formidable capabilities. The F-35 Lightning II is an American family of single-seat, single-engine, all-weather stealth multi-role combat aircraft capable of air superiority, strike missions, electronic warfare, and intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance. Its versatility is made possible in large part by a combination of advanced stealth, powerful engines, intelligent avionics, and lethal armament. Advanced stealth. Preceded by the F-22 Raptor, the F-35 is the United States' second fifth-generation fighter. And like every fifth-generation fighter, the F-35 heavily relies on its stealth capabilities, which Lockheed Martin made sure to develop to jaw-dropping standards. The F-35 was designed from the ground up with stealth in mind. Its manufacturers aligned its edges, serrated its skin panels, and masked the engine with easy-to-maintain fibermat skin for low observability. They also reduced infrared and visual signatures, enabled the reflection of radar waves, and used strict controls of radio frequency emitters, all playing their role in preventing aircraft detection and contributing to the F-35's ultra-tiny radar cross-section that's lower than that of a metal golf ball. This enables the fighter to strike targets without being spotted by advanced anti-aircraft missile defense systems such as the S-300 and S-400. This is more than can be said about most other aircraft. And while the Raptor manages to have a generally better radar cross-section than that, the F-35 stealth would actually compare favorably in some conditions. In fact, only conspicuous, susceptible to clutter, imprecise low-frequency radars are able to detect the F-35 with relative ease due to a phenomenon known as Rayleigh scattering. But again, these radars are conspicuous, susceptible to clutter, and imprecise. For stealth maintainability, the F-35 design actually took lessons from the F-22 to become significantly more durable and require less maintenance. Powerful engines. On the F-35 is a single Pratt & Whitney F-135 low-bypass augmented turbofan that provides 43,000 lb-f of thrust with afterburners, thrusting the jet to a top speed of Mach 1.6. And while that's 20% slower than the Mach 2 top speed of the Russian fifth-generation Su-57 fighter, it was reasonable for the F-35 to make the sacrifice of speed for even more stealth, because stealth, to a great degree, as hinted earlier, defines the advancements of fifth generation over previous fighter generations. The engines on the F-35 are made stealthy by featuring a low observable afterburn that incorporates fuel injectors into thick, curved vanes. These vanes are covered by ceramic radar-absorbent materials, and they mask the turbine. Furthermore, the F-35's low observable axisymmetric nozzle consists of 15 partially overlapping flaps that create a sawtooth pattern at the trailing edge, which reduces radar signature and creates shed vortices that reduce the infrared signature of the exhaust plume. When it comes to the engine, the F-35B does stand out quite significantly from both the Air Force's F-35A and the Navy's F-35C. The F-135 PW600 engine for the F-35B supports short takeoff and vertical landing by incorporating a shaft-driven lift fan, or SDLF. This SDLF was designed by Lockheed Martin and developed by Rolls-Royce as a key technology for the F-35. It showcases the fighter's special use case and performance in the most impressive fashion, so much so that the system, officially known as the Integrated Lift Fan Propulsion System, was awarded the prestigious Collier Trophy in 2001. Intelligent avionics. The F-35 is able to sense data lightning quick via an array of highly sensitive sensors, including the AN/APG-81 Active Electronically Scanned Array Radar, the AN/ASQ-239 Barracuda Electronic Warfare System, the AN/AAQ-37 Distributed Aperture System, the AN/AAQ-40 Electro-Optical Targeting System, and the AN/ASQ-242 Communications Navigation and Identification Suite. These all combine to provide rapid beam agility, multiple operational modes, all-aspect missile launch and target tracking, 10 radio frequency antennas, all-aspect radar warning receiver, self-defense against missiles, the detection and jamming of hostile radars, laser targeting, forward-looking infrared capabilities, long-range IRST functions, and an impossible level of sensor fusion that gives the pilot and friendlies an omnipresent tactical picture of the battle space without compromising stealth. Keeping these avionics running as efficiently as they do is some top-secret software running on a shocking 8.6 million lines of code. Lethal armament. The F-35 is armed to its metallic teeth. Being a fighter that must provide top-tier close-air support as it retires the legendary A-10 Warthog, the F-35 wields a 180-round 25mm GAU-22A 4-barrel rotary cannon. The gun is more effective against ground targets than the 20mm cannon carried by other U.S. Air Force fighters. In terms of explosives, the F-35 wields the largest array of long-range, medium-range, and short-range missiles along with bombs that hunt down their prey hungrily. To carry these explosives and still maintain its stealth shaping, the F-35 has 2 internal weapons bays with 4 weapon stations that can carry 5,700 pounds of weapons in total. For missions where stealth isn't of topmost priority, the F-35 has 6 external weapon stations that can carry 15,000 pounds of weapons. So in total, the F-35 has a hefty payload capacity of 18,000 pounds, and that's not even including the flares, chaff, and towed decoys. With all these capabilities in the bag, the F-35 is as complete as they come. This explains why Japan has integrated the fighter into everywhere it could be integrated into, building an entire F-35 ecosystem in the country. F-35 ecosystem in Japan. Once Japan experienced the F-35, they were hooked. There was no going back. Not too long after the first F-35 delivery in 2018, the order for 105 additional aircraft would happen. It was also around that time that the country planned to convert its 2 $1 billion destroyers, Izumo and Kaga, into aircraft carriers for the sole purpose of hosting the F-35B fighters. After conversion, each aircraft carrier will carry a minimum of 12 F-35Bs, 7 anti-submarine helicopters, 2 search and rescue helicopters, and a variety of other aircraft. Conversion began with the Izumo in 2020. Initial modifications included strengthening the heat resistance of the deck and installing power supply equipment to enable the departure and arrival of the F-35B. A second renovation to change the bow shape to a quadrangle for the safe operation of the F-35B and the maintenance of the interior compartments is scheduled to be carried out starting from the end of 2024. Japan is also doing far more than just buying the F-35. They're becoming a mini manufacturer of the fighter. The Japanese defense industry, including Mitsubishi Heavy Industries, Mitsubishi Electric Company, and IHI Corp., will produce and provide mission systems radar, EODAS components, and final assembly and checkout capacities for the F-35A. The F-35B remains produced in the U.S., though. Mitsubishi Heavy Industries has also become the provider of maintenance, repair, overhaul, and upgrade activities for the North Asia region, a crucial step in ensuring global readiness of the F-35 fleet well into the future. The F-35 Lightning II, stealthy, agile, intelligent, and armed to the teeth, is a fifth-generation fighter that has impressed air forces around the world, especially the Japanese Air Force, it seems. As a result, the fighter will now be a crucial part of Japan's response to threats, ensuring that peace is maintained, and requesting that you subscribe to this channel and give this video a like. So do that now, and thanks for watching.